A very common problem that we face when we're in a conversation with somebody, especially if it's in a conversation with somebody that we've just met, is that we're not, and we hear about this a lot, we're not present in the conversation as it's happening. So our minds are always jumbled up somewhere else, and it's very difficult to make a connection that way. So let me explain this a little bit. We do one of two things. We do either what I call is reaching into the future, or being stuck in the past, being stuck in something that happened in the past. So let's say you've met somebody, and you're in a park kind of like this, and you meet somebody sitting on a bench, and you're just about to start a small conversation, and you hear this person you're talking to, she's a nurse, let's say. So immediately, what we want to do is we say, okay, we're so eager to make connection, we're so eager to make that conversation really make it good. God, we want to show our best side, we really want to connect with somebody. So the first thing we think is, okay, what can I say now that she said she's a nurse? What can I say in order to make that connection? What do I know about nursing? What do I know about nurses? Say, oh my God, my sister was a nurse, and 5 years ago, my sister was a nurse. Maybe I can say that. No, maybe that's not good enough. Maybe I had a nurse friend once. He kind of told me some stuff about nursing. And as we're busy thinking about all of these things in the future, you see, we miss the conversation as it's unfolding right now, because right now is when the connection is supposed to happen. If that sounds familiar, keep listening. Here's another thing we might do. You're in a conversation, she says she's a nurse. Now you say, oh, my nurse was a sister in 2008. Oh God, that was dumb. In your head, you're saying this to yourself, right? God, you just blurted out your sister was a nurse in 2008. That was stupid. Nobody cares if your sister was a nurse in 2008. God, she was just in nursing school. She wasn't even a nurse. I totally messed up that statement. Oh God. Now, see what you've just done? Now you're stuck in the past. You were thinking about a statement that you'd said in the present, which was good, but now that statement has already gone, it's already passed, it's already run its course, but yet you're stuck in that thing that you said back there. And once again, we're missing the conversation as it's unfolding right now. And this is what it really means to be present. It means to feel the now, to feel what's happening right now, and to feel the changing nature of things, to feel what she's saying, and to really internalize that, and then to express what you're feeling right now in the present moment. That's how we make a connection. So the reason we run into this problem, right, is it's a linear way of thinking, right? We say future is way off over there in the future, and the past is something that happened way back there, right? So we think of this. We have a linear model when we think of time, when we think of the changing nature of things. And now this may have come from scientific theory, which is I guess before scientific theory, it would be our religious basis, which is that God created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day He rested. And behold, we have the earth, and the earth unfolds in time, and God created the earth in the past. Now, for the more scientific-minded people, of course, the origin of the universe is the Big Bang, and as the Big Bang expanded, and we're in a process of expansion of the universe now, the immediate problem we run into is because we have this linear model of thinking, we think, okay, well, what was there before the Big Bang? Or we think, what's going to come after the expansion of the universe? They say there's a contraction. Okay, well, what's going to happen after the contraction of the universe? And so, this causes, to me, a huge sense of anxiety about where we are right now. And this is why we're in a conversation. We're always thinking in the future. We're always thinking in the past. Let's take a different model. I'd like to introduce you to a model. It's an ancient Eastern model. And in order to really get into this mindset, we have to let go of our beliefs of what we consider the past and our beliefs about what we consider to be what we think is going to happen in the future. So instead of being on this line of time, because what time really is, it's an agreement that we've made. It's a way for us to conceptualize the changing nature of things. So let's take this idea of the changing nature of things. Picture yourself standing or sitting like me in a puddle of water. It's a very still puddle. It's a perfect reflection. And as you move, as you make motions like this, little waves ripple away from you in all directions. And you move to the front, you move to the back. And the waves are going to ripple and ripple and ripple. Well, this is what this is. This is a representation of a different representation of the changing nature of things. So as things change, right now I'm moving. Now the ripples and the waves that are happening, they happen a little strong here, and the wake kind of goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. That's your memory of what happened. So when we say, oh, my nurse was a sister in 2003, that's us saying something. We agitated the water a little bit. Now, that memory of what we said it's awake now, and it's rippling and it's rippling and it's rippling, and becomes more and more and more and more distant, kind of like a distant echo. And as you get more into this feeling of being in the present moment. You're moving, you realize that there is no such thing as the future, because future is just a projection of something that can never be, something that has never happened, something that you can never grasp, because all there is you moving like this right now. That's all there is. And the water's waking away from you. The water's moving away from you. Not necessarily in the past, but it's just moving away from you in all directions. And as you think about the past, as you think about what you did, what you're doing in this present moment, your memory of what's happening in this present moment, that's fading away from you. That's fading away from you. That's called the past. So let's bring this back into our conversation with this nurse. When we can get rid of this idea of thinking, of grasping for what the next thing is that we're going to say, because we know that the future doesn't ever exist at all. There's no such thing as the future. All you can do is move right now. So all you can do is be aware of your movement right now. All you can do is be aware of what you're hearing her say, what you're looking at her doing, everything around you that's happening. That's all you can really do. When we're thinking, where's the future, where's the future, where's the future? There is no future because there is no line, you see. There's only a center, and the center is what's happening right now. So think about what's happening right at this moment. Now, when we're moving around and you do something that you don't like, you'd say you agitate the water in the wrong way. You say she was a nurse in 2008, or whatever our example was. Now just realize that all that is, and you're stuck on that, your mind is stuck on that, all that is your mind being attached to a ripple in the water. And that ripple is fading away and fading away and fading away, but that ripple doesn't matter. You see, the only thing that matters is your next reaction right now, and what you're feeling right now, what you're saying right now, and what you're perceiving her to say right now. That's where true connection happens. That's where true inspiration happens, is when you feel the changing nature of things, the nature of things changing in this very moment. And when we can become in the present moment, when we can harness that moment, harness that center of happening, saying all things that are happening, including us as the human experience that we're having right now is really just a happening. When we can harness that, we bring our conversation partner into that moment, you see. And our conversation partner, our nurse, says, wow. She starts forgetting about that linear model of time. She starts forgetting about the past, and she stops worrying about what's going to happen in the future, and she's brought into the present moment with us right now, because you are. When you can be present in the moment right now, kind of like this conversation we're having, even though I'm just talking to a video camera, and you're listening to me, what we're actually doing is we're being present right now. You're listening to me right now, and you're being present. So bring this model into the next conversation that you have. When you go out and you meet somebody new, just realize that all the anxiety that you experience, all that anxiety of reaching into the future, what am I going to say next, and thinking about the past, that's all a figment of your imagination. It's a figment of time, and time, as we know, is simply an agreement of the changing nature of things. Harness the changing nature of things in the present moment, and you're going to be able to bring your conversation partner into the present moment. And as you experience the change as it happens right now, the exchange of energies that's happening right now, the exchange of ideas, the exchange of inspirations that's happening right now, that's when true connection happens. That's when you truly have it. Talk to you next time.